Good evening. I am going to be in Dubai in the last week of February. My team wants to do an event between 24th and 25th of February. There are going to be two events, one on the 24th and one on 25th. Those desirous of attend the event, not only from Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Sharjah, but from the rest of Emirates, can contact my team at the phone number given below. The WhatsApp number is also given below. There's an email ID and there's a Google form. You can use any of these methods to connect us, and my team would be glad to help you. See you in Dubai.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. You must have heard the news about HDFC and getting RBI's nod to invest in other private banks. So is HDFC buying banks? If you're talking about it purely theoretically, yes, HDFC is buying banks. But also at the same time, it's not buying banks. At the end of the video, we'll talk further about the implications of this, positive and negative implications of this, and for investors and as Indian citizens, is this something which is good for us or not? Very funny, Anand's always been harping that the problem with the SBI is it kind of swallowed all the other banks and basically became a behemoth. And that too under the government's bank. SBI, it's a very large bank which is kind of sick and it's become too large and cannot fail. All this is very true as far as SBI is concerned. So is this going to happen similar with HDFC? Well, we have to wait and watch. What has RBI currently given approval to HDFC Bank? HDFC Bank has gotten approval from RBI, which is the Reserve Bank of India, which governs all banks in India, that it can acquire up to 9.5% stake in 6 different banks. And the banks that it's currently looking at is ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Suryodaya Small Finance Bank, then Bandhan Bank, Yes Bank, and of course, IndusInd Bank. The IndusInd Bank is good news for Hinduja because Hindujas are trying to lower their stake from 26 odd percent to below 10% as per the mandate. So it gives them an opportunity to liquidate some of their stake. And the approval from RBI is valid for 1 year. That means they have permission till Feb 4th, 2025 to do this acquisition. And HDFC Bank is required to ensure that its aggregated holding in these 6 banks does not exceed 9.5% to all paid up share capital or voting rights at any time. This is what the critical thing is. Let me say this part again. The bank is required to ensure that its aggregated holding in these 6 banks does not exceed 9.5% to paid up share capital. That means traded shares and or the voting rights at any point of time. Aggregated holding refers to the total amount or the percentage of shares of ownership by the interest held in a single entity or a group. So when referring to HE Bank situation, as mentioned, it is aggregated holding of HDFC Bank with subsidiaries, HDFC Mutual Fund, HDFC Life, HDFC Agro, General Insurance, Agro. So all of that combined together, HDFC cannot be holding more than 9.5%. So that is one key thing to keep in mind when it comes to this. And the reason for this application was made to RBI because HDFC Group aggregated holding was likely to exceed the previous subscribed limit of 5%. Previously, HDFC Group, which is a consolidation of all HDFCs put together, they were going to cross the prescribed limit of 5%. They were at 5% before. Now they look like they're going to cross at 5%. So they have asked for this approval. And the entities which comes under the umbrella of HDFC Bank are HDFC Mutual Funds, HDFC Life Insurance Company, HDFC Agro, General Insurance Company are the main ones which are combined when you say aggregated, put together. So application was on behalf of the group was applied by HDFC Bank. So despite the approval, HDFC Bank is not intending to immediately invest into these banks. So it's not like RBI gave the permission and the HDFC went out to buy the shares or look to invest in these banks. They noticed they're touching the nose to the 5% limit. So they've gone ahead and preemptively taken this permission from RBI to ensure there's no issues later on. It is to be in compliance with RBI's directions. To make sure they're in compliance, HDFC has done this. So this gives strategic flexibility for HDFC, make sure they're in regulatory compliance, and it improves market position of the HDFC. And it gives the HDFC also an investment opportunity now. They can look at these banks as an investment opportunity for their own growth and their shareholders' growth and their mutual fund holders' growth. So it allows that. By diversifying HDFC, capacity to diversify like this, it allows HDFC banks to spread its risk, and risk management improves because of this. So these are all the plus points for HDFC, why HDFC is doing this. And it enhances the group's strength. And of course, like it or not, it draws influence onto the banking sector. By acquiring this kind of stake in these banks, HDFC Bank has power to wield influences on these other banks as being a large investor. So this is something also to keep an eye on. So what are the positive implications of such a thing? The positive implications, like I said, it increases market confidence, the RBI's approval to the bank and bank's financial health and governance and the way the bank is being run. RBI believes it is doing a great job. So it's like a pat on the back and offers potential synergies between banks, because now these banks become more and more interconnected because they have money on the table each with one another. And enhanced competitiveness is another thing that can happen because of the increased influence and market positioning of HDFC that could drive competitiveness in the banking sector as a whole, potentially leading to better rates and services for consumers like us. The flip of all this is also true as a negative. Concentration of market power. This means the HDFC has concentrated market power. It becomes there's systemic risk to the whole private sector banking because of this, because the power will be lying concentrated in HDFC Bank. It will, of course, bring more regulatory scrutiny. RBI will have to keep a much closer eye on what's happening. And it can lead to market speculation, which can also happen. Price fluctuation, share prices moving can also happen because of speculation. And operational risks are there too. So when you look at it upon all this, is it a good thing or not? We'll have to wait and watch. As an investor of HDFC Bank, if you're already holding shares, it's good news for you. By owning HDFC Bank, now you've got your fingers in all the other banks too. It's like what Anand says. I don't need to buy Apple. I don't need to buy Coca-Cola. By just buying Berkshire Hathaway, I can, through Warren Buffett, I am an investor in Apple. I'm an investor in Coca-Cola. Whatever Warren's portfolio is my portfolio too. I can claim that. This is also true when it comes to HDFC Bank now. When you buy HDFC Bank shares, by virtue of that, you'll be owning a bit of IndusInd, you'll be owning a bit of Yes Bank, Axis Bank, whatever bank HDFC wants to put its hands in, you will also be owning parts of this. So this is what it means. It is not that the bank has gone and trying to swallow other banks, as some people might have misread this. It is not a takeover of any bank. It is just regulatory compliance as by RBI's mandate it needs to comply to. They were at 5% as a group they're holding. Now then they might cross that. To prevent any break in compliance, they went ahead and took a permission. So they've been given 1 year's permission to hold 9.5%. This is the basic story behind this. I hope this gave you some clarity and some food for thought on what all I spoke. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye.
It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.